Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm really excited for today's video because it is going to be the 5th update in the Partners in Cream project pan. This was a project that was created by Steph and DaLin here on YouTube. Both of them have amazing channels. I love watching both of their channels so much. I get excited for every single video that they post. If you guys like project pan videos, you will definitely love their channels. So if for some reason you haven't already gone over to their channels and hit the subscribe button, pause this video and go do that first. I will have, again, both their channels linked down below, as well as everyone else who is currently participating in this project. There are tons of people participating on both YouTube and Instagram, so definitely go check out everybody else who is participating in this project. The whole idea around this project was that we were to focus on 4 to 6 products that are cream based, so liquid or cream based, just not powder products, because obviously our makeup does expire too, and liquid and cream products typically expire quicker than our powder products. So a very, very fun project, and I am so excited. I have such exciting progress to share with you guys. This is a rolling style project, and today I will be rolling in 3 new items. I did start with 5 items, so 3 of my items I've hit goal on, and I'm very excited to share that with you. First, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I would love if you would consider subscribing before leaving today. I do post a minimum of 4 times a week, so if that's something that interests you, then don't forget to subscribe before moving on. And other than that, let's just jump into this update. All right, you guys, I'm currently in the middle of tanning, so I have like color guard on my neck, hands, etc. And I'm sure my face does not match the body, which is why I tried to wear like long sleeves and a hoodie, but I feel like you can still tell. And I'm not sure what happened with the eyes today. I was going for like a soft, cool toned eye look, and it turned into something completely different. So here we are yet again with not what I was expecting. And then I'm sorry, I just can never get myself to do more than a ponytail for my videos. What can you do? Anyway, you guys, like I said in the introduction, I have 3 products I have hit goal on. I will save those 3 for last, so we will share the least exciting progress first, starting with this mini lipstick. This is the Marc Jacobs lipstick in the shade Slow Burn, which I actually do have on my lips over a liquid lipstick today. This is what it looks like. It's a very beautiful shade. This is how much I have left. This is actually a shade like I would consider purchasing again when I finish this, and my goal is to finish this. I have found that, so I'll post my progress, I'll post a picture of all the lines over here. I have found with lipstick, it must be the way I apply, but I have like a huge slant. So I feel like I've used quite a bit of product, but it still comes to such a point that it looks like my progress is a lot slower moving than it actually is. Like I feel like when I get towards the end, this is going to go like boom, boom, boom. This is what it looks like rolled down. I don't know how well you can see. I feel like this is going to take me until close to the end of the project, but for me, lip products are very, very hard for me to finish off unless it's a lip balm, but I do really struggle to work through lip products. I think I've maybe finished 2 lipsticks in my life, and that's about it. So I will be very satisfied when I finish this, and I am confident that I can still finish this by the end of the year, but very minimal progress this last month. I feel like I only wore this maybe like 4 to 5 times. I need to remind myself to use this more. I feel like I'm either really good about using it or really, really bad. And then the other product that doesn't have the most exciting progress is this guy from Wander Beauty. This is one of their liquid shadows in the shade Dove Gray. So I don't know if you will be able to see, but you definitely can see like the walls on this. So I gave myself a goal of using this, what was it? I gave myself a goal of using this 15 times. I had used it 4 times as of the last update. This was something I rolled in, I think, in my March update. I had used it 4 times as of the last update, and I used it an additional 3 times in the month of May. So now I am at 7 total uses, meaning I still have 8 more uses left to go. This one is just tough because it's just more of a reminder to use this. I actually really do enjoy this formula and this shade specifically. It's a really easy one to work with, and I do remember using this a ton last summer, so maybe now that we're into June, I will get more use out of this. It would be nice if I could roll this out by the next update. I mean, 8 times really isn't that much, but I also don't reach for liquid shadows that often, so it's really just reminding myself to use this. But maybe I'll give myself a goal of using this 2 times a week, and then I can hit my goal and roll this out the next update. So that brings us to the 3 products that I have actually completed. So starting with this from e.l.f. This has been in since the beginning. This wasn't brand new when I rolled this in, but this was pretty full. And I have finally completely finished this off. This was a nice primer, like it was fine, but it's not something that I myself am going to go repurchase. I definitely have products like this that I prefer over the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. This is nice in a sense that it does do some filling of the pores, but it also doesn't pill. I feel like a lot of poreless primers or smoothing primers tend to pill, and I could layer this with other primers or any foundation, and I never got any pilling with this, so I could really appreciate that. But it just wasn't the most effective smoothing primer in my opinion, and it was just okay in my opinion. So even though it is relatively cheap, I believe this is like $8, it's just I have other primers that I prefer over this guy. I love primers and testing new primers, so I really don't have room in my collection to have primers that don't super excite me to reach for, and this did not. So I'm very excited to finish this, and I will be rolling in a different primer to replace this. We'll get into that at the end. I also finally finished off my Revlon Candid foundation. I had mine in the shade 200. I mentioned this many times in my updates, but I did enjoy the finish of this foundation, but it just didn't last long enough for me to justify buying this again. I really only got a good 5 to 6 hours of wear out of this before I really felt like it started to fade away. And for me, I really like to have foundations that last at least 8 to 9 hours, especially if I want to wear them to work. And on days that I'm not working, I'm either like not wearing makeup, or I mean I could wear this to run errands, or I would wear this to like the gym when I could go to the gym, but it's just not something that really worked in terms of longevity for me, and therefore I would not repurchase it. If you're someone who doesn't need your makeup to last more than like 4 or 5 hours, 6 is pushing it, then I think that this has a really nice natural finish, but unfortunately this is not one that I will buy again, and I will actually be replacing this with a new foundation here. And then the final product, you guys, I am so proud of myself for finishing this off. These are the Flower Beauty Blush Bombs, and I have mine in the shade Pinched, and I cannot get any more product to come out of this. When I was first invited to join this product in particular was the first product that came to mind that I knew I had to include in this project, because I just am not someone who reaches for cream or liquid blush or bronzer all that often. So I knew that I wanted to include this, because otherwise it was just going to sit untouched in my makeup collection until I either decided I was going to roll it into a Shop My Stash and use it probably one time, or until I finally decided that this just wasn't a product for me and I was going to declutter it. But lately I have been playing around with the reverse foundation technique, and that is actually how I was able to finish these off. I really enjoy doing the reverse foundation, and I have a feeling I will be doing that a ton this summer, especially on days that I'm not working and just going for like lighter makeup. I really enjoy the reverse foundation technique, and I was able to finish this off, and I'm actually going to replace this with a newer cream blush to my collection, which I'm very excited about. So let's get into the 3 products that I am rolling in to replace those. So starting with a primer that I'm going to replace the e.l.f. primer with, I'm going to go with this Little Mini Milk Hydro Grip Primer. This is, I think I've used this like 2 times. I have gone through another mini size in the past, and this used to be a primer that I really liked, because it does have a true gripping power to it and makes your makeup last a significantly longer amount of time than I feel like I typically would get. However, I have found a couple other primers that I prefer more when it comes to gripping. Shockingly, I feel like the Tula primer does an amazing job at gripping, as well as the First Aid Beauty Hyaluronic primer. I don't know, those 2 just work really well for gripping. I'm also very interested in trying the Urban Decay gripping primer. I forget what it's called, the all-nighter primer. So this just isn't something that I feel the need to have in my collection anymore, because this you have to put on your skin and let it really sink in for a good like 5 minutes. Sometimes that just doesn't work for me when I'm in a rush and need to get out the door. Unfortunately, mine was laying on its side, so I will have to mark this after I've let it sit for a little bit, but it probably is like right about here, because like I said, I haven't used this one that much, but I have a very large primer collection right now. My makeup inventory is like stressing me out, and as many primers as I can get through, especially these like more deluxe size ones, I really want to move out of my collection because we all know I'm going to be bringing more primers into my collection. I just cannot help myself when it comes to primer, so I need to get some of these used up as well, and I thought this would be a good opportunity, especially in the summertime where I am looking for more of a grip. I love to pair this with tinted moisturizers. I feel like it really helps make my tinted moisturizers last a significantly longer amount of time, so thought it would be a good time to roll this in. I feel like this should only take me a couple months and I should be done with this, so that is the primer I will be rolling in. The foundation I'm rolling in to replace my Photo Ready foundation is this one from Clinique. It is their Even Better Makeup Broad Spectrum with SPF. This one is supposed to even and correct your skin, and it's supposed to have skincare benefits if you use this consistently over time. I enjoy this foundation, but it's not a favorite of mine. I feel like this is a really nice one for work, especially in the summer, because it isn't too heavy and it gives a nice natural finish to the skin. But again, it's not one that I would repurchase, and I'm really trying to focus my projects on products that I like and enjoy wearing, and I'm not going to be hate panning, but also products that I wouldn't repurchase so that I can work through products in my collection and hopefully not be bringing a million things in, or like finish a product to just go repurchase it. Now that doesn't mean I don't still use my favorites, but I really want to focus my projects on these products that I know I won't be replacing. So I thought this would be a good one. I am about halfway done with this. It does have pretty opaque packaging, so this is like my best guess on where I am by shaking it. And I have used a decent amount of this, I do know. I feel like with like 3 to 4 months of pretty consistent use, I could finish this up, and I would be very excited to move another foundation out of my collection because my foundation collection is also getting very much out of hand. I have been on a foundation bender this year. I am considering doing like a midway through the year, what am I thinking? Like ranking my foundations that I purchased this year at the end of June. Would you guys be interested in that? Leave me a comment down below and let me know, because I have brought in probably over 10 foundations that I could rank. I mean, I will do an end of year ranking, but I don't know if you wanted to see like a mid-year ranking. And then the blush that I'm going to be rolling in is this one from Fenty Beauty. This is very new to my collection. It is one of her new cream blushes, and I have mine in the shade Petal Poppin'. And I'm not going to try and hit pan on this by any means because, like I said, this is very new to my collection. But I want to make sure that I am getting use out of this. Since it is newer to my collection, I do want to review it. So I'm going to give myself a goal of using this 20 times. It is a really beautiful shade. There it is right there. I feel like it's really nice and like peachy pink, just kind of like a sun-kissed sort of blush, and I thought it would be beautiful for this time of year. I wasn't wowed by the shade selection for the Fenty cream blushes, but this was the one I felt like I could make work best for me, and I think it is going to be beautiful for the summer. So my goal is to use this 20 times, and then I will roll in a new product, but I am really excited about this, and that is going to conclude my update in this update number 5 for my Partners in Cream project pan. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what products you are currently working on trying to pan, what products you've recently hit pan on. I would love to hear from you guys in my comments down below. Other than that, thank you so much for sticking around to watch today's video and supporting my channel. Again, don't forget to go check everybody out who is currently participating in this project. I know I currently cannot wait to go binge watch everybody. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye.